Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon.
Señoras y señores, bienvenidos.
There's the whistle. Mendes, a man looking visibly quicker, palpably stronger, trending in a big way through his exploits.
Well, Peter, I really like the way he seems to be able to shift between his offensive and defensive duties with much ease at the moment. His reading and decision-making seems to be always bang on, and I've rarely seen him get caught out these days. Certainly not out of position.
And a header! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So, a breakthrough already. Now that looks a decent ball. Messi. Here's Vieira. Nicely spread. He's in plenty of space here. Goes for the header! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Dumfries. Nuno Mendes. And it's Xhaka. Vinicius Junior. Saliba was in no mood for any of that. Yamal. Mendes does really well there. He is strong. Nuno Mendes. Can he get on the end of this? And the ball is out of play. Saliba. That's a smartly directed ball. Now it's Yamal. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Vieira plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And he's had it nicked away.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Threads one in. Vinicius Junior. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Haaland! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Boca Juniors genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I think you'll want to make sure you give the opposition a different look with each attack, variation, unpredictability. You know, that's always key to success.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Vinicius shoots! It's in! They are right back in business.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Ambitious ball here. And this is Forlan. Oh, what has happened here? Decent chance! Goal! Boca Juniors! And they're back in front. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Boca Juniors with the lead. And it's Guimaraes. And that's going right the way across. Vieira. Spread to the right. Played out wide. Xhaka gets a foot in here. That is good progress on the left. Looking to play him in. Saliba goes sliding in. Saliba did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Bruno Guimaraes wins the duel this time. Doku. Vieira. That's really well manoeuvred. It's Forlan! Oh, cracking effort.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Nuno Mendes. Martinez, very much the man of the moment. Dumfries. For Messi. Granit Xhaka. And it's Mendes. Vinicius Junior. And the referee has signalled for half-time. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too...
Yamal! Oh, that was no routine save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Forlan.
Boca Juniors clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
And here's Messi. And Messi! Now, who's going to be first to this? Well, now... Oh, he's been caught on it here! Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. So, can they find a way to turn round this deficit? Boca Juniors are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Yamal. Now it's Forlan. Now it's Yamal. Yamal going face-to-face with his great rival. Now, can they get him away? Oh, good take in a good area. And that is expertly dealt with. Yamal.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Now then, clash of the egos.
Closing in on goal.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número 21, número 20, número 8. Entran número 18, número 12, número 11.
And here's Haaland.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it.
And he shoots! Brilliant from Barcola! About as smooth as it gets. What remarkable powers of recovery.
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, entry via the post is at the widest possible point, which means a keeper is well and truly beaten.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Sevilla do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. He's in a great position here. Big chance! And it's in! And that is his first! The first, surely, of many, many to come. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Sevilla have their lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
He's looking wide. And the shot! Well, there's the clearance.
Se va a realizar un cambio.
Boca Juniors choosing to make the first change.
Boca Juniors really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Looking for options for movement. Dembele! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Cambio.
Boca Juniors making further changes here, and in quick succession.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
And it's Messi, and that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. This is the time you need that pace.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. And Messi! And that has fizzed wide.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Dembele! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Dembele clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
They've played it short. Ødegaard. And he's gone backward here. Nice bit of skill, and he's away.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
And the shot! And there's a goal! And right near the end, we have parity. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Great ball if he can get there. Now it's Doku. Oh, some astute defending there. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And they can counter here. In with the challenge. Kessié. Now it's Haaland, and it's made its way to him. That's the end. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Every game feels like a special one in Buenos Aires, even more so perhaps in this neighbourhood of Núñez, famously inhabited by a true heavyweight of South American football, River Plate. We're up and running then. Played out wide. That's going across. Goes! And no mistake!
For me, Peter, David Beckham is one of the greatest wide players of his generation.
And a bit of a throwback in a way, in the sense that he's a right-footed right winger.
Yeah, it's the perfect position for him. His game has never been about cutting inside. It was kind of to hit the byline and get crosses in.
He's often mentioned, though, hasn't he, that he'd rather play in the middle.
Yeah, and that's something I find hard to understand personally, in view of his brilliant skill set.
Rodri clears without hesitation. Scholes, nicely spread.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space. Well, we've seen much better choices than that. That always looked like the wrong one.
patience the overwhelming virtue in this game so far. Van Bouten cuts out the pass. Baresi promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Lampard. And this is Batistuta! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Batistuta deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
And here's Batistuta. Rodri did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's Owen. Nicely shaped ball. Big chance! And he's done it! Oh, a goal of real quality. He made it look ridiculously easy.
There you go. That's what happens when you've got top-class talent.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
He's having a shot! And that is wildly off target.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
That'll be a throw. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Robertson is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. That's gone for a throw-in. McAllister.
Seville are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
It's Lampard! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Lampard actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Yeah, they've got to find a way. Tries a shot! Not a bad try by any means.
Messi certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Scholes. And it's Beckham. Over to the right flank. Oh, no joy this time. More and more pressure on the ball here. McAllister. Messi. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Kajolu. Gerrard looking for the chance to skim one in from range. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And it's Messi. Messi. There he goes, motoring forward. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Serginho picks it up out wide. And a header! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
He's there to head it! But he's left disappointed.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Now it's Messi. Short changes him with that pass. Lampard. And it's McAllister. Just past the 40th minute mark. Robertson. Lovely feet. They've got a corner here. Sevilla have their second corner now. And it's been taken short. Hangs one in. Akanji gets it away. And now a sudden chance to counter.
Se
Beckham.
van a jugar 2 minutos de
Oh, good spread.
compensación.
Ball's gone out of play. Baresi. Batistuta. To Gerrard. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. Inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. Sevilla unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it.
Can he finish? Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Judge, surely! And that caused a fair bit of alarm.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Beckham goes short. Sevilla have the chance to go the other way. And this is Batistuta. And it's Messi. Oh, that is a nice touch. Good take, and is he in? Serginho. Scholes, distributed tidily.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
No, he refuses to take the bait. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Sevilla still chasing a 1-goal deficit here. He's through here. Now it's Owen. Owen!
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Gerrard. Messi. And Caggiolu. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, that's neat. Gerrard. It's Gerrard! Just off target.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Played with speed from back to front. Lampard. Lampard! Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
I think it was one of those, Peter, where he's caught it too well. He's not even looking at the keeper, so he knew where everything was.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Lofted in. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. It's not an especially good pass, that. This is a promising build-up. And this is Shevchenko. And Shevchenko! Oh, split-second reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Peruzzi claims comfortably. And now they can spring out of defence. Gets a good foot in there. Bastoni. Now it's Shevchenko. Caggiolu. And it's Lampard. Aimed beyond the defence. Shapes to shoot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! He's got a goal! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Beckham. Great vision. Serginho. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. They'll have one final crack at it.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
McAllister did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, that's a key interception. This is intrigue. Rummenigge has given away a free kick. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número 13, número 20, número 8, número 12. Entran número 6, número 10.
Beckham.
Número 11.
And it's Owen.
Número 7.
Oh, that looks a cracking ball. And this is Owen. Owen! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Owen fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
They've played it short. Serginho. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número 3. Lo reemplazará. Número 15.
Getting up there! Oh, wow, that's crazy! A game of margins, a game of thrills. This might just do it. A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? And the shot! Oh, off the bar! Deftly away. So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Beckham. Bastoni. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Little doubt, that is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Beckham. Here's Rodri. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's got away. Nielsen delivers. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Van Bouten. Nielsen. No outsmarting him this time. Kukçu is the team's great visionary. Rodri. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? That's a foul, no two ways about it. And that's going to be a booking. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
And time is up. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
And played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
Good switch, that. There's a player below, Peter, that I admire on a professional and personal level, the one and only Raul.
He's going for goal! And needless to say, that deserved better.
What a pass, one that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
Can he get on the end of this? Messi in acres of space out wide. Saliba did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And that has been cleared. And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. It's their second corner of the game. Getting up there!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Bellingham. Yamal tries a shot! And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. They get a throw in. Yamal. It may be goalless, but it is not without interest.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
He won't be happy with that one. He's shifting through the gears here. Now it's Raul. He has a look up. Raul! Goal! Inter! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Inter Milan have taken the lead.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Zaire Emery picks it up out wide. That's good play. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Messi. He's a sharp little ball here. And that has been cut short.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
He's in plenty of space here. Oh, that's neat. He is through here. And it's played in here. Defending of the desperate variety. Looking to play him in. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's found a way through. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
So, third corner of the game. They've played it short. And it's Denzel Dumfries. And a chance! Oh, good finish. They have come roaring back.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Sevilla restore parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And that has been cleared. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Kone. Spread out to the left. Opts for safety. That's destined for the flank. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And he's managed to get free. Chance to deliver.
He was too tightly marked when that came his way. Not really much he could do.
And here is a player who is really happening. Bellingham. Now Dumfries. Bellingham. And it's Messi. Messi makes a dash for it. Serginho. Now it's Raul. Now it's Shevchenko. Oh, red. Nice interception. Yehi. Not the most accurate pass.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Courtois claims it. Safe hands. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Seville really showed some resolve in that first half, Peter, after going behind. So I think the message from the manager will be quite a positive one. Keep going and keep doing what you've been doing, because it's pretty good.
Well, they've gone and Messi! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Sevilla get their fourth corner. Messi with the short one. Good ball, good take. Bellingham. And the finish! And that's in! And the comeback is complete! You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Sevilla leading now.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
That's tidy. Oh, good effort! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Dumfries. And Mendes. And it's Xhaka. And here's Haaland. Picked out brilliantly. Yamal! Zaire Emery with the clearance. Big chance! It's a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring.
Ha segnato al 55esimo minuto, numero 24.
Sevilla now in a position far more desirable.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
That's a delicate pass. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And this is Raul. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Messi. Bellingham. Haaland. Real chance! The crowd reaction tells you just how close that was.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
Kone sends it crossfield. Well, that is one way to stop him. Inter Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Jordi Alba. Now it's Shevchenko. Now it's Raul. Oh, well played. That'll be a corner.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 8. Viene sostituito con il numero 9. Messi. Attenzione, un cambio.
Sevilla can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Yamal goes short. Sevilla have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Gakpo. Gakpo. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Dumfries. Sevilla do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And this is Shevchenko. Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get... Shot a goal! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Into the last quarter of an hour. Now it's Messi. Messi, there he goes, motoring forward. Serginho. And it's Messi. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Neither of these two want to come off second best. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Haaland getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Well, this could lead to the injection of energy that might disrupt the rhythm of their opponents.
Cambio di giocatore.
Zaire Emery. Valverde.
Oh, great feat, that.
He's got away. Valverde. He's rising! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Well taken goal. Just one goal in it now. Game on! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And he's going to have his name taken. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. He's having a pop! Oh, quite a hit and quite a touch too.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Sevilla clearly now in lead preservation mode. Mazraoui.
Yeah, the opposition have to come and chase it, so it might just allow a counter-attack or two.
Haaland. And Kessié. Deep into stoppage time. And here's Gakpo. Kone. Valverde is fouled. Haaland.
There they go, hunting again.
That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. No hesitation, he's straight into his pocket. It's a second yellow card and he walks. Tempers are flaring. The referee really needs to get a grip again. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Kone. Searching pass he's played there. And this is Messi. Gakpo. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. He's picked his way through. Gakpo. That's very neat. Kone. And that will be it. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. And this place is bouncing. Well, from behind, Jim, that is some win, isn't it?
Well, what we've seen is a team that refuses to accept the game might have just got away from them. They stayed true to their style and turned this right on its head. This is a tremendous win.